the Jets feel they are a revitalized team. Nothing like the team that lost in Miami back in week number 3. And the Jets particularly pleased about the combination that took place last week against the Vikings, the hookups between Boomer Esiason and the tight end Johnny Mitchell.
Johnny Mitchell had a magnificent game. Marvin had 11 catches, and I believe in order for the Jets to win this football game, Boomer Esiason must get Johnny Mitchell involved in this ball game.
And the Dolphins have been hard hit by injuries, particularly in the backfield, with both Terry Kirby and Keith Byers out of action. Both had impressive days earlier this season against the Jets. So Dan Marino needs a major contribution from a local product out of Jersey City, third-year man Bernie Parmalee.
You know, talking to Don Shula yesterday, he said the only way we can beat the Jets is to keep the ball, control the football. That means that man, Bernie Parmalee, must gain at least 100 yards in this ball game.
And an oddity, the Miami Dolphins, who have had their difficulties in the department of the coin toss, won the toss here, and they will receive. So Nick Lowry will kick it off to the combination of O.J. McDuffy and Irving Spikes. The Jets, the only NFL team not to win a division title since the merger back in 1970. The last time the Jets had any share of the lead in the AFC East this late in the season was back in 1986. The Jets were 10-1 after 11 games, but lost their final 5 games to barely hang on to make the playoffs. O.J. McDuffie with excellent coverage by the Jets. Only a 13-yard return. Kurt Bauber involved in making the stop. A look at the Dolphins offensively. The offensive line did not do the job last week in the overtime loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Webb, Sims, Dellenbach, Widener, and Heller. Marino, the quarterback. Parmalee and Saxon are the running backs. Fryer, McDuffie, and Jackson are the receivers. When they go 3 wide, Mike Williams comes on. So the Dolphins start from the 28.
First play is an audible.
And the swing pass dropped by Saxon. A check of the Jets defensively. The front 4 has played very well, particularly Donald Evans and Tony Casillas. The linebackers, Houston, Jones, and Lewis. Bo Lewis having a Pro Bowl season. Marvin Jones, a native of Miami. Aaron Glenn has had an outstanding rookie year. James Hasty has come on after a slow start. Washington Lott, the other deep man, and Marcus Turner coming off with 3 interceptions last week, comes in as the nickelback. Here's Saxon. Ran the tackle and is able to ram his way for a first down, making contact with the strong safety Brian Washington.
Ran right out of the arms of Marvin Jones.
Miami Dolphins have had their difficulties in the first quarter. I mentioned the problems with the coin flip. They had lost 10 of 11 coin flips coming into today, Paul. What are the odds of that? Well, 186 to 1. That, according to mathematicians at Florida International University. But Brian Cox was able to call it correctly today. Here's Parmalee. And he is stopped after picking up a couple. Stopped by the outside linebacker, Mo Lewis.
And also Donald Evans was in on the play. You know, you talk about that coin toss. Cox always calls tails, no matter what. But the odds today, what, 50-50? That's what the odds.
Single game, yes.
I'm really smart there. See, I could figure that out.
So you discussed the coin toss philosophy with Brian Cox.
It's a big deal, you know.
And Cox has called it correctly only twice this season, both against the Jets. Second down and 7 from the 42-yard line. Marino had a release in a hurry, connects with Saxon. Saxon, the man replacing the injured Keith Byers. Brian Washington made the stop. Saxon last week against the Steelers caught 5 passes. This is 3rd year with Miami. For the most part, he's been a special teams player. He's now being used in a regular role.
And you know, another thing that's amazing about this Jet team in this first drive, they have blitzed 3 out of 4 downs against the Miami Dolphins. They saw something that they want to do, and it's blitzing, especially with the 2 backs in the backfield.
It's a 3rd and 3. intended for Irving Fryer. Covered by Aaron Glenn.
Marv, he just threw that ball about 60 yards flat-footed. The man that was looking at first wasn't open. Watch Marino when he's looking around. Now he has time to throw the ball. They picked the blitz up very well. Pulls it down. Now watch this. He's flat-footed and threw the ball about, well, I'd say 50 yards anyway.
So Jim Arnold, who has had a disappointing season, waits for the snap and will punt from his 31. He will punt away to Clifford Hicks. And Hicks plays it. Submarine at the 25-yard line, taken down by Muhammad Oliver. Only a 34-yard punt and a 5-yard return.
34 yards on the punt.
Well, the Jets will start out from their 26-yard line following that opening series by the Dolphins. The Jet offensive line last week against the Vikings had a magnificent day. Jeff Criswell is back after sitting out last week with an elbow problem. Matt Willig was the starter. Duffy, Sweeney, White, and Brown up front. James Brown making his 5th NFL start. Boomer Esiason, who has had a resurgence at quarterback. Johnson and Baxter, the running backs. And when they go to the extra tight end, Thornton checks in. They open up with a double tight end alignment with Mitchell and Thornton. Play action, and Esiason able to connect with Thornton. And reaches forward looking to pick up the first down. The free safety, Gene Atkins, made the tackle. And we'll have to see where they spot it. Look at the Dolphin defensive unit. Larry Webster starting for Jeff Cross, bothered by an ankle problem, but is available. Tim Bowens has had an outstanding rookie season. Collier for the injured Chris Singleton, who's out the rest of the year. Troy Vincent missed that earlier game against the Jets when they go to the dime at Smith and Braxton coming on. It's called a 9-yard advance. Second down and 1 at the 36. 3 minutes have gone by. We have no score. And this is Johnny Johnson, who during the course of his career has been held in check by the Dolphins. Johnson able to pick up the first down. Klingbeil made the stop.
No, it's interesting. Boomer Esiason comes out with a bootleg on the first play of the game and throws it to Thornton, number 8, the other tight end. And just what that does is it freezes the linebackers. It gets them thinking about something and not trying to put so much pressure on Boomer Esiason, because he will run bootlegs and he'll also hand the ball off from there.
Now Rob Moore is flanked to the left. First down at the 38-yard line. Esiason off the punt. Fires over the head of Art Monk. Monk receiving double coverage, and that will set it to a second down and 10 at the 38-yard line. For the Jets, it has certainly been an up and down season. They win their first 2. They lose 3 in a row. They win 2 straight. They've split the last 4, but they have won 2 of the last 3, and that includes victories over Buffalo and Minnesota.
And they've been very impressive the last 3 weeks. Even though they did lose that game in Green Bay, they played a pretty good football game.
All right, Jeff Cross in the lineup for the Dolphins, playing despite the sprained ankle. Out of delay, Johnson hit in the backfield and dropped by the right defensive tackle, Chuck Klingbeil.
It's going to be very difficult for the Jets to run the ball up the middle, because the Miami Dolphins, they have 8 people up front. When you take a look at this, now watch, all the linebackers are right along the line of scrimmage, and then they have a little deal inside, and Klingbeil goes up and makes the play. But when you're blitzing that many people, it's very difficult to run because everyone is in a gap.
Chuck Klingbeil had a strong game in week 3 against the Jets. Did a nice job last year against the Jets despite playing with a sore knee. It's a 3rd down and 13. Boomer off the roll. Could not find anyone. And now able to connect with Monk. And has a first down. Chris Green on the stop. That's good for 14 yards. And Art Monk continuing the consecutive streak. 176 straight games with a reception.
On the right-hand side of your screen, see Marco Coleman, number 90. He's being held by Mitchell right there. He's looking at the official. Mitchell's holding him. Boomer gets out and then throws the ball back towards the middle. Double coverage that time on Art Monk, and he still catches the football.
Not bad. A pickup of 14 on a 3rd and 13 and a first down at midfield. 5 minutes in. First quarter, no score. Johnson battling his way. Johnny Johnson, who returned to the starting lineup last week following an assortment of injuries and ran for 62 yards on 23 carries against the Vikings. Picked up 4. It'll be a 2nd down and 6 at the Miami 46.
You know, I talked to Marco Coleman yesterday and talking about Boomer Esiason being a left-handed quarterback, Marvin. They know that he will roll. He will bootleg to his left because he's a left-handed thrower. So Coleman says he can see you coming all the time, and it makes it very difficult for him to get to the quarterback.
Just did get the play off, and it's Johnson stopped. Lost the yard on the play. Dwight Hollier on the tackle. We're joined on the sidelines by a one-time member of the New York Jets. Let's check in with John Dockery. John?
Marv, obviously you have a good memory. You can remember that far back to 69 and 70 and so on. You know, a different feeling in the Jet locker room this week. Very relaxed, very businesslike, guys hanging around, just talking a little bit. Focused but relaxed. Different from last week, Marv, before the Minnesota game when there was a little edge, a little anger in the Jet locker room. Today, Boomer and company, very relaxed. Back to you.
I know Boomer has been trying to have that type of atmosphere pervade right throughout the week. This is the 8th play of the drive, and Esiason completes for the first down with Rob Moore.
Marv, the reason that this play works is because of the offensive line and the protection that Boomer Esiason has. Now watch how long Boomer Esiason has standing back in the backfield. He waits. Coleman is there, but he has time to let Moore get open. And when you give Boomer Esiason that much time, you're gonna end up getting beat. Watch the blocking in the offensive line. Starts out here with Criswell. Does a great job on Marco Coleman. They block up the middle. Boomer has a lane and hits it.
And a 12 and a first down at the Dolphin 36. Johnny Johnson is stopped back behind the line by the rookie left defensive tackle Tim Bowens, who comes off a strong game last week against the Steelers.
This guy gets better and better every game. Tim Bowens, number 95. Look at the jump he gets. He just takes the guard and drives him back in Dwayne White back into the ball carrier Johnny Johnson and makes the tackle. This guy is, look at the size of this guy, 6'4", 317 pounds, and he is all of that.
First round draft pick out of Minnesota. Played in only 9 college games following junior college. Was thought to be a major project. Actually has come much quicker than the Dolphins thought. 2nd down and 14 from the 40. Little shovel pass. Richie Anderson loses on the play. And nowhere to go again. It is Bowens on the scene along with Klingbeil.
Klingbeil makes a great play, number 99. He's the first guy that was back in the backfield and almost makes the play on Anderson back there. When you see Klingbeil, he'll come across. Watch this. But his continuous effort. He's being held. Here's Klingbeil. Boom, he hits here. But watch who ends up on the tackle. Anderson comes back, and here he is again, number 99, Klingbeil. Great play.
Paul Boomer Esiason telling us after practice on Friday that back in the 3rd week of the season when these two clubs met, he felt Miami was able to read the Jets' formation. He said now we have more variations, and Miami will see a different offense today. Esiason looking deep and is able to hook up with Rob Moore inside the 10. The tackle by the free safety Gene Atkins, and that's good for 33 yards. Moore looks to be shaken up though.
You know, I'm going to tell you, Rob Moore is hurt. He came down hard. Gene Atkins, Marv, he plays this thing perfectly. Now watch, they release Moore. Now Atkins, if you hold this, when I tell you, right about here, Atkins is now playing the ball. Look at him, he's going up at the ball, he reads it. But Moore gets up higher, gets his body between the defensive man, Atkins, and the ball. But look at the time that Boomer Esiason has. He has all day. That's his 3rd receiver. Up in the air, great catch by Moore.
So on a 3rd and 17, Esiason able to complete for 33 yards. Rob Moore shaking it off. John Dockery working the sideline. told us he checked with Rob, who said he's all right, landed on his back, but he will hang in. 12th play of the drive coming up. A long possession here for the Jets. They have a 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Jets and Dolphins are scoreless, 5.5 remaining in this first quarter. And it's Johnny Johnson with a short pickup, met by the strong safety Michael Stewart. Well, Paul, the Jets' first possession has gone better than 7 minutes thus far. I see Rob Moore checking back in. Well, Miami, as we mentioned earlier, having all kinds of difficulty scoring in the first quarter. Very tough to score when you don't have the ball. It was a quick series by the Dolphins after they finally won the opening coin flip.
Yeah, we're going just about ready to go under 5 minutes in this first quarter, and they may not score again.
2nd and goal at the 7. That's Moore in motion. And Esiason throwing end zone. Incomplete. The intended receiver, Art Monk. Covered by the combination of Hollier and Stewart.
Yeah, the combination of 4 guys. Wait do you see where Boomer Esiason tries to put this ball. Now, he sees Monk is open. But look at here. Hold it right here, guys. Hold it. Here, 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 here. There are 4 guys around Monk. Think they were waiting on him? An ambush.
Art Monk caught a touchdown pass last week. Boomer upset with himself. Now looking at a 3rd and goal at the 7. Just under 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. 85 more in motion. And Esiason looking for more. Has it. Moore. Check that. Richie Anderson on the catch, but he could not get in. Dwight Hollier made the stop. The crowd desirous of the Jets going for it.
Now you don't go for it here. You kick the field goal. You really don't. It's early in the ball game. You want to put points on the board. You want to establish something. Even if it's only 3 points, you want to put them up now.
It's a 4th and goal down at the 1, but Nick Lowry will come on.
I love it when the coaches, Marv, they don't listen to the fans. They do what they're going to do, and that's kick a field goal.
Well, Lowry has hit on 7 straight. This a 19-yard attempt, and a flag has been thrown.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
In that decision, they don't take a timeout, but the clock runs down. They were hesitant about getting their team on the field. Remember, that clock starts as soon as the ball is placed. The official starts the play clock. And they let that run down. But it, down here it doesn't hurt you. It actually gives you a better angle because it moves the ball out from the 1-yard line out to the 6-yard line. Now Lowry will kick from the 14, but now he can see the entire goalpost.
And this now a 24-yard attempt. So the Jets have had the ball for 8 minutes and 45 seconds, but fall 1 yard short on bringing it in and have to settle for the field goal with 3:51 remaining in this first quarter. Puts it through. So the Jets take the early lead. And it's O.J. McDuffy back with Irving spikes. 3-0 the score. The Jets on top off the 24-yard field goal by that man, Nick Lowry. The Jets have won 5 of the last 7 meetings against the Dolphins, but they lost earlier this season in Miami. This is Spikes on the return, weaving his way to the 30-yard line. And Spikes taken down by Clifford Hicks. It's a 19-yard return. So the Dolphins back to the offense with 3:36 to go in this first quarter. In first quarters this season, Miami accounting for only 12 points, all on field goals, and then have stepped it up the last 3 quarters.
Well, Dan Marino told us yesterday, one of the reasons, too, is the fact that they lose the toss all the time. They never have the ball. And they won the toss, only had the ball for a few moments, and they gave it back to the Jets. Now they got 3:36 to try to improve that.
And they'll start from their 31. Marino getting the protection and able to connect with Irving Fryer, who broke the tackle and is able to move his way inside the 45. That's an advance of 25. Marvin Jones and Bobby Houston combined to make the stop.
And here's Fryer coming across. Marino has time. The Jets again threw a blitz. They threw Washington, a safety, into a blitz. Fryer comes up, locked, puts his head in, misses, makes the miss. Houston gets it. But when Marino has the time, he'll hit you.
And that was catch number 56 on the season for Fryer. First down at the 44. Play action. And Marino picked off by James Hasty. Hasty looking for the running room. And Hasty runs it out of bounds.
You know what happened on this play? I think Mark Ingram ran the wrong route because Marino threw to a spot. And you can see him now, he's talking. Watch what happens here. We're going to stop this thing. Here comes Ingram downfield. Now here's Hasty. Right now, hold it. Here's Ingram. He's going to go out to the outside. Hasty stays right here. Watch what happens. The ball hits Hasty in the hands. Ingram should have turned. Marino threw to a spot.
Hasty returning at 25 yards. It'll be jet ball. We were chatting with Pete Carroll about Hasty the other day, and Pete telling us that he felt in the early going that James Hasty was just rusty and had lost his confidence coming back from the arthroscopic surgery, but he worked very hard to get back into it. He's played well recently. And Esiason completing on first down to Moore for another jet first down. Brian Cox and Troy Vincent on the stop. It's good for 14 yards. The last 6 games of this going into today, the Jets have certainly made the turn in terms of takeaway and giveaway ratio.
Yeah, you know, Marv Levy of the Buffalo Bills calls it takeaway, keep away. The Jets, look at this, a plus 13. That's terrific.
And a terrific start for Boomer Esiason. 7 of 9, 86 yards here in the first quarter. Has a first down at the 33 as we come up on 2 minutes remaining in the first. Quick release by Esiason, finding Monk. And run out by Vincent.
Well, Troy Vincent fell down, but I don't think he'd have been there anyway. He was way off of Monk. He actually slips and falls. You'll see Troy Vincent. There he is on the outside. When Monk makes it look at slips, he's down. Monk is there. He's about 10 yards off of Monk anyway. I don't think he'd have been there to make the play. Wouldn't have gotten as many yards.
Art Monk with his second catch of the day. This one good for 18. And it's a first down for the Jets. At the Dolphin 14-yard line. It's the Jets 3 and the Dolphins nothing. Esiason looking for Mitchell, who could not hold on. Covered by Hollier. Well, Johnny Mitchell earlier this season with all kinds of problems with drop balls. He dropped 3 in the previous game against Miami, but came back strong last week with 11 receptions.
Watch this, short arm the ball. The ball is there. Hollier, the linebacker, would have made the play. He would have been good for about a half a yard gain. That's about all. But Mitchell drops the ball.
And you can see how the Jet tight ends have contributed the last 3 games. The combination of Mitchell and Thornton so effective. It's a 2nd and 10 at the 14 with a minute and a half remaining in this first quarter. Esiason rifles it, completing to Anderson. The ball was knocked loose, and the ruling is that he was down. It's a completed pass.
And it's also going to be a first down if they mark it where the official is. It's Michael Stewart on the coverage. Look at this. Is that ball there? That ball is caught. Michael Stewart said, no, that ball is not caught. Yes, it is. Great catch. Terrific throw. Boomer Esiason is about as sharp as I've seen him.
Completing with Richie Anderson once again. Anderson in his 3rd year out of Penn State, who in the past have been primarily a special teams player.
This is a first down.
Yes, it is, and a 1st and goal at the 4. And Esiason is 9 of 12, 116 yards. Boomer had a terrific day last week against Minnesota, 22 of 29, 3 touchdowns thrown. He began the season on fire and then slowed down, then got hurt. He's made it back from assorted injuries. And Esiason's still a master of deception, one of the best at the play-action fake, which we have seen here in the early going.
Really is. And now they're just waiting for the clock to run down, and he's going to call it. He's going to have to call a timeout because what they have on the field. Boomer was looking to the sideline. putting his hands up, wanted something else on the field. I don't think he likes the players that he has in the game because they've been throwing the ball so effectively down here, all the way down here. I think he wants to keep throwing it.
So the timeout is taken with 41 seconds remaining. Jets have dominated in the first quarter. They've had the ball most of the way. A 24-yard field goal by Nick Lowry for the 3-0 lead, but following the interception by James Hasty picking off Dan Marino, the Jets able to drive back down the field, and they have a 1st and goal at the 4 when we resume. The Jets coming at 6 up and 5 down. The Dolphins at 7-4. Miami 1 game in front of the Jets. Esiason gets it away to the end zone, and it is almost picked off on a deflection.
Rob Moore really had no chance at the ball, and he almost deflected the ball into the defensive back's hands. And that's Michael Stewart, number 35. Watch Moore. The ball is too high, but he hits the ball back. Stewart hits him right in the hands, and he goes down. Mitchell might have saved an interception by grabbing.
Michael Stewart last week missed a key interception against the Steelers. That was a tough one. Off the deflection with Moore making contact. It's a 2nd and goal from the 4. 38 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. Now the give to Baxter. Brad Baxter, a short yardage specialist. And he was stopped by the outside linebacker, Dwight Hollier, bringing down to the 1. It's a 3rd and goal at the 1.
See that? And I like this running play. You don't try to go wide and let them string it out. You just take a shot right off tackle. It's a quick hitting shot. These fans, I guarantee if they go down here and the Miami Dolphins stop on 4th down, they're going to want a touchdown.
Well, time is running down in this first quarter. Will do it. All right, back at Giant Stadium in the New Jersey Meadowlands. Second quarter getting underway, and the Jets will start 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line.
That's not a good sign. They are the worst in the National Football League. Haven't scoring against inside the 20, inside the red zone.
This a drive that began with the James Hasty interception of Dan Marino. And it's back to the ground. Baxter trying again, but cannot penetrate. William Gaines and Dwight Hollier make the stop. And here's the decision by Pete Carroll with a 4th and goal at the 1.
They're going for it. He just said, let's go for it. I mean, you're right down there. If Miami gets the ball, they've got 99.5 yards to go. But I don't like the play. You put points on the board. As we get another position, you get 6. Another field goal is 9. They still have to score twice to beat you. I just like to put points on the board early in the game whenever you possibly can.
They are less than a yard away. That's Moore in motion. And Esiason looking to throw. He does. Thornton with the diving catch. And let's see where they spot it. He's short of the goal line. He did not look like he did not realize where he was.
But can you believe this? Boomer Esiason throws the ball short. Thornton was not the primary target. Boomer Esiason is going out to his left. He's going to throw. He's trying to get the ball out here to Moore. And they get tied up. Now watch. Boomer comes back. Hold on a second here. That ball is out of the end zone. Now Thornton trying to get up, but he can't do it. And Bowens is a guy that comes in and just, nails him. Watch this. You talk about heads-up play by a defensive lineman, keeping him out of the end zone. Terrific play. See, the people want him to go for the touchdown, and then when they don't make it, you get booed.
So Dan Marino, the Dolphins take over at their 1-yard line. The Jets coming up empty, not able to score. Bernie Parmalee getting the call, stopped by Kurt Barber.
Pete Carroll, he's looking at, great, caught it. We go from such a great high, thinking we got 6 points, to terrific lows, like falling off a building.
The tight end James Thornton had a dive to make the reception and then could not find the goal line.
All he had to do, Marv, was just turn around with the ball and stick it on the goal line. He didn't have enough time. Bowens made a great play.
2nd down and 8. And it's to the ground again. Parmalee Parmalee out of Jersey City, New Jersey. Attended Lincoln High School in Jersey City, now lives in Fort Lauderdale, and Bernie has come a long way from his days as a United Parcel Service loader by day, a college student in the early evening hours at Ball State, and a bowling alley maintenance man late at night. You'd have to say he's a hard-working guy.
And after this year, he'll buy his own bowling alley.
It's a 3rd down and 5 at the 6. Quick release by Marino and completes to Saxon. The ball was jarred loose. It is short.
They're saying that Saxon never caught the ball. Now remember, when you catch a football, Barb, you have to come down with 2 feet on the ground. That constitutes a catch.
And they are saying incompleted pass.
Dellenbach made a great play hustle. Now here's the play to Saxon. Marino over the middle. The blitz was on. Boom. Does he have control? No. He never had control of the football. And that's what the official on the other side of the field saw. That's an excellent call.
So on a 4th down and 5 from the 6, Jim Arnold will punt to Clifford Hicks. Arnold's first punt only 34 yards. Another quick series by the Dolphins. Penalty flag is thrown. And the play was blown dead. The referee is Gary Lane.
This has to be against the offense, or they wouldn't have stopped the ball, I would imagine. It's
False start. Offense. Hard in the snap. Left tackle, 5 yards. Half the distance to the goal line. Still 4th down.
well on the special teams. Normally, when you say left tackle, that would be Richmond Webb. But on the punting team, I don't know if that's. I don't think that's Webb. I know it is.
And Arnold will now punt from deeper in his end zone.
What Arnold has to do with this punt, most importantly, years ago when I was in this area like this, kicking the ball out of the end zone, I would aim for like the 50-yard line and kick it out of bounds. Don't let the guy get a run back. If you're going to put it up, then put enough air underneath it so your defense or your offense can get down there.
And this is handled by Hicks at the 43. And he is taken down out of the 36, taken down by Michael Stewart. A 39-yard punt and a 7-yard return. Well, the Jets take over. First down at the 35-yard line. Esiason getting the time once again, but overthrows Rob Moore.
And Rob Moore was wide open on that play. You know, the one thing that's impressive about this Jet offense, Rob Moore, look at the time. He's got a hitch and go, and he goes by Troy Vincent. But look at this. The time that the Boomer Esiason has to throw the football is amazing. I mean, that offensive line is doing a terrific job. And here are the Jets, when they start with the ball, and the average, they start on their own 48-yard line. The Miami Dolphins, their own 20. It's not good. Miami.
And Miami not able to run the ball, although they have not had much opportunity to see the football in this first half. 12:20 to go in the half. Esiason with a bullet. James Thornton did not make the catch. He was covered by the outside linebacker, Aubrey Beavers.
Aubrey Beavers was there. That ball was thrown where it had to be thrown. Watch this to the outside of Thornton, where Beavers can't get it. See Thornton there? But a little bit too far to the outside. That, number 28, was Gene Atkins, but Aubrey Beavers was off to his right, to Thornton's right.
And Paul, the Jets shuffling the offensive line. Matt Willig now at left tackle. Cal Dixon is at center. And Siapeli Malamala, back from injury, is at right tackle. They like to shuffle from time to time on the offensive line. It's a 3rd and 10 at the 35. And Esiason connects with Monk, but only a short pickup. Good coverage by Frankie Smith.
You know, going into this, the Jets have converted a 3rd and 7, a 3rd and 13, and a 3rd and 17 in this game so far. Now they're in that position. Do you kick the field goal or do you go for it? If you kick the field goal and miss it, the Miami Dolphins would get the ball at about the 38 or 39-yard line. If you go for it and miss it, then the Miami Dolphins, if you go for it like rushing the ball or passing the ball, the Miami Dolphins would get it at the 32.
It's a 4th down and 7 So this would be a field goal attempt in the area of 49 or 50. And the Jets are taking a timeout. So they will talk it over with 11:35 remaining in this first half on an earlier 24-yard field goal by Lowry. Jets up 3-0. Back at Giants Stadium, it's a 4th down and 7. The Jets are going for it at the Miami 32-yard line with 11:35 to go in this second quarter.
Boomer just called an audible because he read the safety blitzing.
And it's a long count. Esiason floats it over the head of Richie Anderson. So Miami will take over on downs. Brian Cox providing the coverage.
Boomer didn't have much time to throw the ball, but he had Johnny Mitchell wide open on this play. Gene Atkins was covered. Here comes Mitchell off the line of scrimmage. Watch it. He gets off, and when he floats out to the outside, there's just no one around him. He can't believe that Boomer Esiason didn't see him. He's standing out there all by himself. Don't look to the coach, son. He can't help you.
It will be Miami ball, and they'll start out from their 32-yard line. It's been all Jets in this first half, although they have only 3 points to show for it. Total plays, Jets with 25, Miami with only 10.
Don't do much with that. And Miami's still in the ballgame. That's the encouraging thing for the Dolphins.
And it is back to the ground for Parmalee. And a short pickup. He stopped by Mo Lewis. So Bill Belichick going back to Vinny Testaverde after starting Mark Rippon last week, and then going back to Rippon after Testaverde came on. It's a 2nd down and 9. Marino in trouble and is almost intercepted. Marvin Washington was right there. Number 97, Marvin Washington, could not come up with the pick.
I think he scared Marvin Washington. Watch this ball. It hits him right in the mouth, I think. Marvin Washington's coming upfield. Marino's just trying to throw the ball away. Watch this. Wham! Hit him right in the head with the ball. He said, where did that thing come from? Marino is not happy. Yeah.
That's
Marvin. Nice try, Marvin.
That's a grimace. You see the stat line on Dan Marino, who was intercepted earlier by James Hasty. Now a 3rd down and 9. Again in trouble. And is able to go deep. Intercepted by Brian Washington. Stepping in front of Mike Williams. And he is rolled down right there inside the 15.
This is as good as a punt. I'm telling you, it really is. Mike Williams, Washington's there. Marino just doesn't have enough arm to get it there because Williams really was behind Washington. What a nice play by Washington. He makes the jump to keep the offensive man away from him. Just a nice move. They call him down by contact there. Good call, but excellent interception. But this is, Marv, this is as good as a punt, if there's anything positive about that throw.
And Brian Washington with his 2nd interception of the season. Last year led the Jets with 6. Well, that would go down as a 53-yard punt ball.
You know, on that last play with Marino, they sent 2 defensive backs on blitz that time, one from either side.
Jets first down at the 13-yard line. Here's Johnson. And he is not able to get going. Johnson stopped up at the 14 by Cox and Stewart. In 4 games lifetime against Miami during the course of his career, Johnny Johnson has been held in check. Pickup of 2. It'll be a 2nd down and 8 at the 15-yard line. 3-0 the score. The Jets on top. Early field goal from 24 yards away by Nick Lowry. And that has been it. In the past, these games between the Jets and Dolphins have usually been shootouts.
We're trying to do it, but they can't get it done.
And Esiason completes to Rob Moore. Stopped by J.B. Brown. It is a Jet first down.
Rob Moore is so smooth. Here it is, your man-to-man coverage on the outside. J.B. Brown is there. Rob Moore just takes and runs him off. But if you notice, as soon as Rob Moore makes the turn, the ball is there. That's a spot pass.
And already 5 catches for Moore. for 72 yards. That was good for 13. It's a first down at the 28. Six minutes gone by in the second quarter. The handoff to Johnson. And he is stopped at the line by the right defensive tackle, Chuck Klingbeil. Second down and 8 from the 30-yard line. And Esiason's pass almost intercepted. A flag is thrown. Michael Stewart with the coverage on Rob Moore.
Michael Stewart, if this is anything, I got to believe it's offensive pass interference. Michael Stewart was making a move with the ball. Unless they called holding earlier.
Pass interference, defense, number 35.
Number 35 is going for the ball. When you cut in front, you have as much right to that ball as the offensive man. Look at this. Here's Stewart. Now he is going for the football. This is a terrible call. There's no pass interference on this play. Watch Stewart. He's going around the man for the ball. He's got as much right to that football as Rob Moore has.
Michael Stewart, a free agent by way of the Los Angeles Rams, spent 7 years with the Rams. They started the last 6. His 8th season out of Fresno State. Called for the interference, and the Jets now have a first down at their 44-yard line. Johnson finding the hole and ripping his way for a first down and more. Gets inside the 40. A 17-yard run. Stewart and Brown finally got him down.
This is a nice block. Now, if we can just watch what Johnson does here. When we get to this point, hold it right here. Here's where the hole is supposed to be, up through the guard and the tackle. But Johnson sees it back this way. So he just cuts and goes off the blocks of Sweeney and company. First down. Nice cut. Nice play.
The Jets first down at the Miami 39-yard line. 7:45 remaining. In this first half, Jets 3 and the Dolphins nothing. Short sent by Esiason, and the pass dropped by Moore, covered by Stewart. Second down and 10 at the 39-yard line. And Esiason's pass is caught by Moore. Looks to be short of the first down at the 30-yard line. J.B. Brown and Aubrey Beavers combined to make the stop. So that's 6 catches here in the first half by Rob Moore.
They're pretty to watch when they're doing this because they're all on timing patterns. Moore goes down 8 to 9, sometimes 10 yards. As soon as he makes his turn, the ball is there.
The Jets have had the ball 14 minutes, 38 seconds of this first half. Miami under 5 minutes.
Can't win the game unless you have the ball and have some offense to go with it. They have no offense.
Jets have not been a successful team in 3rd and 1. That's the situation here. Play action, though. And Esiason has a man wide open. It's the tight end, Johnny Mitchell, for the touchdown. Well, Johnny Mitchell dropped one earlier. He was in the clear. No one in sight. It is a 30-yard touchdown reception for Mitchell, his first catch of the day, and the Jets have a 9-0 lead.
And he was not the primary target. Rob Moore was the primary target, and no one covered Mitchell. And when Boomer Esiason looks out into the flat, there's not a soul around him.
Now the try for the point after by Lowry. A low snap. Handled well by Brian Hansen. So the Jets with a 10-0 lead.
Here it comes right at you. Watch this. Perfect throw. The catch. Touchdown.
Down to 6:48 to go in this first half. In his 6th year out of Nebraska, that's the strong safety for the Jets, Brian Washington. His interception set up the Jet drive that led to the touchdown. 7 plays, 87 yards in 3 minutes and 52 seconds, and the Jets in front of the Dolphins, 10-0. 29-degree day here in the New Jersey Meadowlands. They expect some snow later on. It has been a slow start for Dan Marino and the Dolphins. Marino only 3 of 9, 40 yards. O.J. McDuffy, Irving Spikes awaiting the kick from Nick Lowry. Short pass. It is taken by McDuffy. Gets to the outside looking for the running room. And he's closed off. Shoved out of bounds by Pat Terrell. 25-yard return by McDuffy.
All right, Marvin, I'll show you when I'm talking about Boomer Esiason looking at Rob Moore. He's going to come back on, right? Stop right here. Here's Boomer, and Rob Moore is going to come into your picture right here. He's looking to throw here, but he's covered. And then you'll watch his head. Just watch Boomer's head. He sees Mitchell all by himself. Touchdown. That was too easy. All right. He is playing well, you know.
He has been on fire in particular including today, the last 4 weeks. First down at the 39-yard line, and Marino throwing and completing out of the 45 to Irving Fryer. James Hasty on the coverage. It's a first down, a pickup of 14 on the play.
Little soft in the secondary. Hasty is there. Here comes Irving. He just runs Hasty off, turns. Bang. First down.
All right, Paul, let's check in on the field with John Dockery. John?
You know, Marv, as the Dolphins come to the line of scrimmage, during that last time out, Marino had animated conversation with Keith Jackson and Irving Fryer. He has that angry look that he sometimes gets. Marino is mad at what's going on. Back to you.
All right, John, the handoff to Parmalee. Parmalee stopped by the combination of Donald Evans and Mo Lewis. Dan Marino is in one of the worst scoring slumps of his career. Only one touchdown pass in each of the past 4 games, but he's a guy that does come on as the game progresses.
How many times we heard that? Yeah, when you take a look at these percentages as the game goes on, he gets better. How many times you hear a running back, Marv? The more he carries the ball, the better he plays. Well, it's with this guy, we're throwing the ball.
Second down and 6 at the 39. And Marino able to release it under pressure. Short of the first down, connecting with Parmalee, Jones, and Lewis on the stop. So they're 2 yards shy of a first down. A third down and 2 coming up.
Marino may not be pretty when he runs the ball, but watch how his body movements get him out of trouble. Boom, step up, bang, right there. Parmalee, got to know where he is on the field. He's got to know where the first down is.
Parmalee out of Jersey City. That's his mom, Catherine, along with the rest of the Parmalee family. Rooting him out. They were here early.
He said he could only get 4 tickets. That's all he could get.
And Marino calling for time. Miami using its first timeout. Jets have already used 2 with 4:41 remaining. First half, the Jets 10 and the Dolphins nothing.
No, folks, you're not seeing things, and Brian Cox is not lost. He's in the offensive huddle. Tell him, come on. We can win this football game. This puts us in first place above everybody else. Get something done.
That is most unusual, though, to see a defensive player run out to the offensive huddle to try and spark the team. 3rd and 2 at the Jet 35. Jets with a 10-0 lead. And Marino completes for the first down. A spinning Mark Ingram making the catch. Ingram, the one-time Giant, goes for 14. He's stopped by Brian Washington.
What a beautiful pass. Boy, you know, Boomer Esiason has been showing us some things, and here's Ingram on the top side and ready to look at that pass. It is absolutely perfect. All he asks you to do is catch it. I'll put it in your hands. Look at this, a nice soft ball right in Ingram's hands. First down.
Mark Ingram, several weeks ago, unhappy that he has not been seeing the ball, and did complain about it. He sat out last week with an injured shin, and he thought he wasn't really injured. He was surprised he was sitting out. Here's Marino throwing for the end zone, but incomplete. Hasty on the coverage of Irving Fryer. In effect, Ingram was told he was hurt, and sat out last week. He said he was okay, but he's back in the lineup here today.
He was told
he was told.
Hey, you're hurt. No, I'm not.
He said,
yes, you are.
He said, I've played with much worse.
What did we see down in Atlanta? Andre Rison said, I'm not a decoy out here. Coach says, that's right, you're not. Go sit down. You're not playing anymore. You're not a decoy. You're not even on the field anymore.
Well, the guess here is that perhaps some disciplinary action in the direction of Mark Ingram. Second down and 10 at the 21-yard line. A stutter step by Parmalee. And he is stopped by Mo Lewis. A little extracurricular activity. Keith Jackson involved.
Keith Jackson is a little frustrated because what they're doing is they're grabbing him at the line of scrimmage, and that's what he's upset about. They're not allowing Keith Jackson to get off the line of scrimmage.
Looked like Keith Jackson had words with the right defensive end, Jeff Loggeman.
Look at that. Now look at Loggeman. See, he's got him by the face mask, and then he snatches him, and Loggeman took a swing at him, and Jackson came back at Loggeman. That's what the problem is. They're not letting Jackson anywhere.
Seventh play of this drive. It's a 3rd down and 7. And now a timeout is called by the Dolphins. So both the Jets and the Dolphins are down to 1 timeout remaining. A 3rd down and 7. Down at the Jet. 18. Marino out of the shotgun with the time. And is able to complete. Victor Green made the stop on Keith Jackson, but Jackson picked up the first down.
Do you know that he looked at Keith Jackson the entire way, and Marino doesn't usually do that. Watch Jackson. He's going to go up and then underneath. Here comes Jackson. He's being covered by Mo Lewis, but that ball is fired. Mo Lewis doesn't have a chance. Green makes the tackle, but look at Marino. He's watching Jackson all the way across the field. First down.
And it's a 1st and goal. Down at the 10 with 2:45 remaining. First half. Off the pitch. Parmalee fumbled it and recovered by the Jets. Brian Washington getting to the football.
Parmalee is trying to make something happen. They haven't been able to run the ball, and he makes a move. Watch, he goes back. Sexton is out front blocking. He cuts back to the inside. Then Loggeman comes in and makes the hit, knocks the ball out. Washington gets it. The Jets have a first down on the 4-yard line.
And a look at Catherine Henderson, Bernie's mom, and you can certainly understand that reaction.
Just got an instant headache. Boy, that's tough. That's tough. This young man wants to do so well here, and he's trying to do something more, and forgot about holding on to the football.
3rd turnover. And Esiason with a handoff to Baxter. And Baxter with the extra effort brings across the 10-yard line the strong safety Michael Stewart on the stop.
And Parmalee is coming here. Watch this. There's Loggeman making the hit, and it looks like it may be Keith Sims, number 69, foot comes up and hits the ball, but I think the ball was coming out when Loggeman hit him.
Well, Parmalee, 6 rushes, 17 yards, and he just coughed it up. We are coming down to 2 minutes remaining. Well, for the past 3 games, a revitalized Boomer Esiason has gone for the most part over the middle and has certainly done it successfully.
Yeah, here's the deal we're talking about, the 39 to 54 in the middle. And then this is today. Look at this. All along the line, they're all even. He's just moving the ball all over the place and throwing it to everyone.
And now looking at a 2nd down and 3 at the 11. 2 minutes remaining. First half, Jets 10, Dolphins nothing. Right, Baxter has the first down. Brian Cox up from his middle linebacker position to make the stop.
Dan Marino and Keith Jackson are standing there on the sideline diagramming some plays. And that's Gary Stevens, who is the offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. But, you know, you've got to get that ball into Jackson's hands. I mean, he can make some things happen. But once you throw to him a couple of times, it'll open up the outside for the wide receiver.
Only 1 catch to this point for the tight end, Keith Jackson. Jets first down at the 17. A minute 20 remaining in the first half. And Baxter gets the call again, so the Jets play it conservatively here as time is winding down. Klinkbeil and Hollier make the stop, and we now approach 1 minute remaining. Raiders today hosting the Steelers in the big NBC doubleheader game. That'll be later on. On the slant is Baxter for a short advance. Cox and Beavers on the stop, and we are down to 25 seconds remaining, and the Jets are just running out the clock. Miami had the ball only 9 minutes and 55 seconds in the first half, and the Jets in domination. Hearing it from the crowd as they walk off with a 10-0 lead. The Dolphins with 3 turnovers. Dan Marino not able to get going. Only 18 yards on the ground. Marino 7 of 14, 84 yards, but picked off twice by Brian Washington and by James Hasty.
And surely yesterday Mark told us we have to control the football. They have not done that.
Pete Stoyanovich getting set to kick it to Anthony Pryor and the rookie from Texas A&M, Aaron Glenn. Capacity crowd here at Giant Stadium, better than 76,000. And it's a short kick. Penalty flag is thrown. And Glenn able to make the play. Glenn up to the 24-yard line. Stopped by Sean Hill. 7-yard return, but let's check out the flag.
Well, the official threw the flag, the line judge threw the flag offside Miami Dolphins, and then I don't know whether they're going to call it or not because they picked the flag back up again.
First and 10 for the Jets from their own 25.
Apparently it was waved off, so the Jets will start from their 25-yard line. The Jets coming off the impressive victory last week over Minnesota. They have won 2 of the last 3 wins over Buffalo and Minnesota. They're 1 game behind the Dolphins, who come in losers of the last 2. First down at the 25-yard line. And it's Johnny Johnson for a short pickup. Stopped by Klingbeil and Hollier.
What do you think Shula meant, Marv, by whether playing defense on 3rd down against Boomer won't cut it here? I mean, that's strong. That man is upset.
And at this point of the season, not much you can do in terms of player shuffling, in particular with all the injuries the Dolphins have been facing. Marino 7 of 14, Esiason 14 of 23 in this first half. 2nd down and 7. Almost intercepted, but Art Monk able to play the deflection. Art Monk getting inside the 5. Pushed out by Michael Stewart. Not bad for a 36-year-old in his 15th NFL season. He went for 69 yards.
I'm going to tell you right now, Troy Vincent cannot believe he didn't intercept this ball and go the other way. This ball goes through his arms. Art Monk, you talk about experience, total concentration. Look at Troy Vincent. Watch this. Here he is there. The ball goes right through his arms. Into Monk. And he takes the ball inside the 5. Troy Vincent just looked at his hands like, what happened? Where'd it go? That's concentration on the ball.
4th catch of the day. 1st and goal at the 3. This is Baxter. And he is taken down. Combination of Vincent and Stewart. He's hit down at the line.
Marv, that was absolutely unbelievable. First of all, Troy Vincent was holding on the play. Art Monk. And then the ball goes through him. Here's a look at it from the front. Look at Vincent. He steps in front of the ball. The ball's in his hands. Now it's not. Hits Art Monk. Troy Vincent looked like, are you kidding me?
You know, earlier this season, there was some question as to whether Art Monk can still play. I don't think there's any question about it at this point.
He got some great blocks downfield. Rob Moore got an outstanding block.
2nd and goal at the 3. And it is Baxter in for the touchdown. Baxter putting the move on the combination of Hollier and Atkins, and he extends to a 16-0 Jet lead.
Baxter's just sliding down the line of scrimmage and looking for a hole. Once he sees it, he cuts back in. Ryan Cox has been complaining the entire game, and I think what he's telling the officials is every time that they come up to the line of scrimmage on a running play, they're holding him.
Lowry for the extra point. 12:58 remaining. 3rd quarter. The Jets now lead 17-0. Nick Lowry getting set to kick it away to O.J. McDuffy and Irving Spikes. And a short kick. Played by McDuffy. O.J. O.J. McDuffie slashing his way across the 35-yard line. Well, the big play leading to that Jet touchdown by Brad Baxter a moment ago. Art Monk, a 69-yard pass play for Art, his longest reception since back in 1986 as a member of the Washington Redskins. He went 69 against the Seattle Seahawks. Art Monk, who signed with the Jets as a free agent after 14 years and 3 Super Bowl rings with the Skins. Miami first down at the 35-yard line, and it's Parmalee who fumbled his last carry, stopped by Marvin Washington. Miami Dolphins facing a situation that they faced a year ago, where they faded after jumping in front with a record of 9-2, and you can see in recent years, since 1988, in November and December, things have not been kind to the Dolphins.
I was sure I'd win a locker to say, this is October. I don't care what you see on your calendar, it's October.
Marino off the mark. Intended for Saxon, who was covered by Lewis. Now, last year at Thanksgiving time, the Dolphins had a record of 9-2, the best record in the NFL. That included a win in Dallas in a snowstorm on Thanksgiving Day, but they lost their last 5 with the injuries to Dan Marino and Scott Mitchell certainly contributing to the drop-off.
They're just not playing well up front, Mark, on the offensive line.
Well, that was the case last week. Don Shula upset with the job the line did protecting Dan Marino against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Marino with the bullet, able to complete. O.J. McDuffie picks up 11 and a first down for the Dolphins.
I'll tell you, Marino, I mean, he really isn't fleet of foot, but Marino knows how to avoid people. He sees everything. Watch how he steps up. Here comes the rush. Watch this. He just skips up in front, bam, sets himself, and then thrusts the ball forward. I mean, the guy really sees everything when he's back there.
And Dan Marino is not 100%. Foot still sore. Still can throw, as he has made it back from the Achilles tendon surgery. A wide-open receiver in Irving Fryer. It is another Miami first down. Lewis and Hasty on the tackle. That's good for 17. Fryer with his 3rd catch.
Makes a difference when you have time to throw the football. Fryer now on Hasty. Hasty is on fire. He just takes him down, runs him off, and goes back. The ball is there when they make the turn. These are all timing patterns. Now watch Marino. He knows, hey, he's right there. I thought he'd be a little happier. Caught the ball. But you know, one thing when Marino was talking to us yesterday, Mark, he said, I don't know if I'll ever be 100% with this leg.
He has a first down at the Jet 32-yard line. This is Irving Spikes. Getting inside the 25 on his first carry of the day. Mo Lewis made the stop. Let's check in again with John Dockery.
Hey, Marvin, Paul, you might want to take a look at this. The Jets have been moving their defensive alignment around an awful lot. Sometimes we see Marvin Washington on the left, where he usually plays, and Loggeman on the right, and then they'll swap those two guys. They're even swapping the tackles. So I think the Dolphins may have had some trouble with that early, maybe figuring it out now, but you might want to keep an eye on it.
All right, John, yes, defensive coordinator Greg Robinson loves to do that to keep his players fresh. Again, the completion. This time it's Saxon on a sideline pattern. Mo Lewis making the stop, but again the chains are moved. It is a Miami first down.
Where do you see Ronnie Lott? And this is Sims. You see up in here, this is Ronnie. Watch how late it takes him to get here, but watch what happens when he comes. He's late. Hold it right here. Here goes Lott up in the air and gets dumped. Marino gets the ball off.
Ronnie Lott making it back from a pinched nerve and a mild concussion suffered last week in the game against the Vikings. First down at the 16 in Jet territory. And again to the ground for Spikes. Irving Spikes, a rookie from Northeast Louisiana, stopped by Loggeman and Washington. Spikes signed as a free agent. He was a starter for only 1 year at Northeast Louisiana, transferring from Alabama and was 4th in the nation. He averaged about 150 yards per game. Had some good moments earlier this season.
But you know, I'm just watching Ronnie Lockbar, but I think he's healthy. That last time he just got drilled by Saxon. He got blocked on that play.
2nd down and 4. And Marino changing the play. And that goes incomplete. Intended for McDuffy.
I see Marino coming out to O.J. McDuffy. He called an audible. O.J. McDuffy could not hear it. Marino, when he was up at the line of scrimmage, he saw the one-on-one coverage. He saw Hasty way off of McDuffy, and all he wanted him to do was take that 4-yard, turn to the outside, and the ball was there. And that's where Marino threw it. O.J. McDuffy, I guarantee you, did not hear the audible.
O.J. McDuffy has been Mr. First Down this season. He's touched the ball 22 times, and he's picked up first downs in each situation. The completion to Ingram, and he's in for the touchdown. Good second effort by Mark Ingram, trying to get away from Lott and Hasty. And it is a 10-yard touchdown pass for Ingram, his 3rd touchdown of the season, and the Dolphins are on the board.
Hasty had no chance on this play, and Hasty actually is the guy that helps Ingram get the touchdown. He will spin him around, and Ingram falls into the end zone. Miami Dolphins in this situation, they look like they want to go for 2, which isn't bad right here, because if they score another touchdown, you got a chance, if you don't make it, to go for 2 again.
And they are 4 for 6 in 2-point conversions. Let's see, Paul, I know you keep your 2-point conversion chart. And this would come up as a good move.
I would think so, yeah.
On the McGuire computation. So the Dolphins going for 2. Marino to deep in the end zone. It's broken up. Broken up by Hasty. The pass intended for McDuffy.
Marino wants pass interference on James Hasty. And they're not going to get it.
So it's the Jets 17 and the Dolphins 6. Mark Ingram able to make his way into the end zone.
Perfect pass by Marino, and I'll show you why Hasty, what I said before, helped Ingram get in the end zone. Watch this. Now Ingram catches the ball. They're at the 2. Now Hasty's going to spin him around, and when he does, Ingram's still not on the ground, and that's what counts. His legs aren't on the ground. He's laying on Hasty. Touchdown. Hasty helped.
James Hasty earlier picked off Dan Marino. James Hasty had his difficulties in the opening weeks of the season, coming back slowly from the knee surgery, but he has really come on. Had a strong game last week against the Vikings. As Aaron Glenn on the return, looking to go wide. Flag has been tossed. Glenn is taken down across the 35-yard line. Tyrone Braxton made the stop, and the penalty against the Jets.
Glenn Cudrez, number 50. Blocking from behind.
Jets head coach Pete Carroll said last week.
Return team, number 51. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
Pete saying last week, winning in Minnesota, a very special day for him personally. He had been an assistant with the Vikings.
All right, now the reason Marino was upset, because here's the 2-yard line right here. Now up to 5 yards, you're allowed to chuck the man. Now watch what happens with Hasty on O.J. McDuffie. There's 2 yards, 3, 4, 5. They're beyond the 5-yard mark, and Hasty hits him. That's what they're complaining about. You can't chuck a man after 5 yards.
And that's the attempt on the 2-point conversion following the touchdown. The Jets back to the offense. Nice play. Richie Anderson making the catch. Ball thrown well, allowing Anderson to keep it away from the coverage man, Aubrey Beavers, and it is a first down. That's good for 13, and the Jets have a first down at their 36-yard line.
Well, the other play, Boomer made the pass to Monk, in which it got down to the end zone, and they ran it in. But this is what Don Shula was talking about to Dockery at halftime, that Boomer Esiason is doing exactly what he wants to do with the ball every time he throws it.
Coming up on 8 minutes remaining in the third, Baxter. Short pickup for Brad Baxter. Katz playing at middle linebacker for the Dolphins because of the many injuries. Able to make that stop.
The guy that's having a great game is Klingbeil, number 99. He's the guy that makes the first stop. Cox gets in and makes the second stop. But I bet you Klingbeil's had at least 8 tackles in this ball game.
Second down and 10 at the 36-yard line. Jets 17 and the Dolphins 6. And Esiason completes to Moore. Rob Moore nearly pulled away from Gene Atkins. That's good for 28 and another Jet first down.
Boy, you know, and again, it all goes back to the offensive line of the Jets. And here comes Moore across the middle. But it's the Jets. And look, you got coverage by Auburn Beavers as a linebacker on Rob Moore. That's not supposed to be. Because I don't care who it is, you're not going to be able to stay with Rob Moore as a linebacker. Somebody broke the coverage.
7th catch for Rob Moore, who has certainly made it back strong from the broken wrist injury that was suffered earlier in the year. It's back to the ground. Johnson. And Johnny Johnson has been held in check. Tripped up by Brian Cox. A victory here for the Jets, and they would be tied with the Dolphins for a share of the lead in the AFC East. The last time the Jets had any share of first place this late in the season was 1986. You recall the Jets were 10-1 after 11 games. There's a fellow, as I recall, doing NFL Live pregame show who said at that point the Jets would not win any games. And by golly, Paul, you were correct.
Yes, I would.
And they just did make it. They just did make it to a wild card playoff spot. But you're not a very popular figure in the New York area. Esiason completing, firing to Baxter. He was in trouble. He went underneath. Hollier on the coverage. It is just shy of a first down.
Is Boomer Esiason hot? Watch this. He's going to drift to his left. He can't find anybody. Baxter's coming out of the backfield. Watch, he's looking downfield. Slides, 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 and look at this throw to Baxter. Perfect throw, 7-yard gain. You can't defend that. I'm sorry.
So Esiason is now 18 for 26, 287 yards, 1 touchdown. He has a 3rd down and 3 at the Miami 29. Goes to the pitch to Anderson. Anderson is kept away. It's a loss. Good play by the strong safety, Michael Stewart.
Well, what a great play by Stewart. I mean, he comes up because Anderson looked like he was going to be able to pick up the first down, and it just made a sensational play. They put the ball back to the 31-yard line, and then they finally moved it back up. Now we got a defensive man. Dwight Hollier is down for the Miami Dolphins. He's hurt.
And Hollier playing for the injured Chris Singleton. Dwight Hollier in his 3rd year out of North Carolina. Earlier in the season slowed by a knee problem. He'd been seeing only limited action. One of several key injuries that have touched the Miami Dolphins. Chris Singleton fractured his left leg. He is out for the season. DC out with a knee problem. Jeff Cross playing sparingly today. Missed the last 3 games because of an ankle. Timeout is taken with 4.5 remaining in the 3rd quarter. When we come back, the Jets at the Miami 30 with a 4th and 4.
Here's Hollier here. Here's James Brown, 6'6", 321 pounds. Watch this. That's what you call caving a guy in.
Yeah. And Jesse Solomon will come on for Dwight Hollier. Jesse Solomon, a guy who was signed earlier this season by the Dolphins, then waived and re-signed, so he's back with the club. Spent the last 2 years with Atlanta. He has been around. He's played for Minnesota, Dallas, and Tampa Bay in his 9th campaign out of Florida State. It is a 4th and 4, and the Jets will go for it. They lead the Dolphins 17-6, 4.5 left in the 3rd quarter. Esiason will throw and completes to Mitchell for the first down. Mitchell inside the 15. That is a 16-yard hookup, and he caught it between Stewart and Atkins, and the Jets continue to do well in third down, fourth down situations.
If we can hold this for just a second, we'll free something here. What happens is that everybody gets knocked off. When you're looking downfield, J.B. Brown gets knocked off. They get knocked off as Mitchell's coming across the middle.
Well, both Pete Carroll and Boomer Esiason enjoying the pickup of that fourth down, picking up the first down as Esiason finds an open man again, and Johnny Mitchell, and he's in for the touchdown.
I said to you before the game started that Boomer Esiason and Johnny Mitchell, if they want to win this football game, that they've got to hook it up. They've hooked it up 3 times for 2 touchdowns.
Earlier this season, Johnny Mitchell was not receiving this type of reaction here from the home crowd, but that his second touchdown coming off the career day, 11 catches last week against Minnesota. And now Nick Lowry comes on, and he is able to put it through, and the Jets, seemingly able to do whatever they want against the Dolphins secondary, have extended the lead. Esiason to Mitchell. 3:39 remaining in the third quarter. The Jets in front, 24-6. Well, Paul, Miami comes in ranked 21st in pass defense, and it has not been kind the last couple of weeks. Mike Tomczak in relief for the Steelers went 26 for 42, 343 yards, and today Boomer Esiason over 300 yards on 20 of 28.
He's got another quarter and 3.5 minutes to go. Be a 500-yard day if he keeps throwing the way he's throwing it.
And the crowd with the chant of "Let's go Jets." Jets 24, Dolphins 6. Short kick played by McDuffy, and he's tripped up.
Marv, look, folks, just stay with Johnny Mitchell. You're not going to believe what you're going to see. Here's Mitchell right here. He's going to block down. Now watch. He blocks down. He's on the ground. Now hold it a second. He's under all of this. Now watch who comes out. Mitchell gets up. Here he comes. Hold it. Here's Mitchell here. Watch what he does. Touchdown. This is beautiful. He's underneath, gets up out of that mess, and makes a touchdown. Terrific play. Terrific play.
And this set up by the Jets picking up the first down in the fourth and long prior to that touchdown pass to Mitchell. Marino able to connect with Saxon at the 36, met there by Marvin Jones and James Hasty.
Boomer talking to his sister. She's the one tarot cards that said, you know, shave or not shave. Obviously, she told him not to shave for this game. And there's Boomer. No, he's not on the phone with his sister. He's on the phone upstairs.
Yes, on the eve of the Minnesota game, Boomer received a call from his sister, who, as Marino is able to fire and complete to Irving Fryer. And it is a first down. Hasty in Washington made the stop.
What a difference when you have that much time to throw the ball, Marino.
Boomer's sister, Robin, who apparently, as you mentioned, Paul, is into tarot cards, said the team's chances of winning would increase if more players shave before the game. And Marino going incomplete. Pass intended for O.J. McDuffy. For more on the shaving saga, let's go downstairs to John Dockery.
Is it in the cards for Boomer Esiason? You mentioned his sister Robin last week told him he should shave before the game. He did. She also told him to score on a play that was a new play. They did. I asked him today, what about the message from your sister? He said, well, she said I didn't have to shave, but she also said there was good news for the Jets, but he wouldn't tell me what it was because he thought it might jinx the message. Back to you guys.
All right, John, obviously, you might say Boomer is razor sharp today. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. On the 2nd and 10. Ingram makes the catch in front of Marcus Turner, but short of the first down. Boomer amused by the shaving suggestion because he had requested Jack Trudeau, the backup quarterback and tight end James Thornton, also to shave. But it seems, according to Boomer, Thornton shaves his whole body anyway. So you want to know how many guys does that count for?
1 body, 7 guys.
3rd down and 2. Down at the 33-yard line. Nice haul for Parmalee, and he has the first down. Stopped by Loggeman.
Oh, they catch the Jets in a blitz. Marvin Jones is coming right up the middle, and they go right on by. Hold on a second, guys, if you would. Stop it. Here he comes right in the middle. Watch Marvin Jones comes up and goes right by. Parmalee. There's a block there.
1:20 remaining in this 3rd quarter. First down for Marino. Caught, and a beautiful catch by Ingram for a Dolphin first down. He had it, bobbled it, and was able to make the recovery as he was covered by Hasty.
Well, Hasty knocks the ball up in the air. Watch this. Ingram slips down, gets back up. The ball is there. Hasty knocks it up in the air, out of Ingram's hand, and total concentration gets the ball for the first down. Perfect play. Put that one in.
Under a minute remaining in the 3rd quarter. First down at the 17-yard line. And Marino throwing for the end zone. Touchdown! Mark Ingram with his 2nd touchdown of the game. A 17-yard pass play, and the Dolphins are very much alive.
Aaron Glenn has no chance at this ball. You want to see a perfect pass. It was absolutely perfect. It went over Glenn's head. He had tremendous coverage on Ingram. But that ball was thrown perfectly. Now they got to go for 2 again because they failed the last time. Time I wouldn't be surprised to see him run the ball because the Jets are sitting there figuring they're going to throw. You've got Spikes in the backfield. He's a pretty good runner, pretty powerful runner.
On the season, Dolphins 4 of 7 in 2-point conversions. Trying to move within 10 points. You can see Marino directing traffic, splitting the backs. And he will throw again for Fryer. He caught it. And a penalty flag is thrown. A timing pattern between Irving Fryer and the left corner Aaron Glenn.
Marino's coming off the field, so it's got to be against the Jets.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
And that'll be on the kickoff.
On the defense. 15 yards on the kickoff. 2 points. Good.
All right, watch where the ball is thrown, folks. I mean, there's just no chance for Glenn to make a play on this. Ingram is there. This ball is absolutely perfect. Perfect pass over his head. Look at right over his head. Glenn never sees it. Can't react to it. Ingram sells it. Now here goes Ingram. Boom. The ball, watch it go right over Glenn's head. There's just no chance to make a play. You can't throw a pass any better than that. Now, on a 2-point conversion, they take a look. Here's Fryer on the outside. Now, watch the signal. I've got him one-on-one. I've got Glenn out here. Let it go. When you saw Marino move to Baxter, was an audible. Bang. Here's another throw back to the same spot. Look at that catch. That's perfect. Doesn't get any better than that. Marino knows he's got him. He's got Fryer one-on-one on the outside. That's what they're looking for, that matchup. But what a catch.
Irving Fryer goes a shade over 6 feet, able to use the 3-inch height advantage on Aaron Glenn. Beautifully done by Dan Marino to bring the Dolphins back with 42 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter. The Jet lead is now 10 points.
That's nice to get the offense back on track, Barb. The only problem is the defense. They haven't even slowed down the Jets in this ball game. Boomer Esiason's been able to do whatever he wants to do with that football. And I guarantee you, they're not going to sit on this lead of 10 points. He's going to continue to throw the ball because it's open.
And the pattern remains the same for Dan Marino, who has come on strong after a so-so start. 3rd quarter on fire. He's hit 9 of 12. And you can see 1st quarter 3 of 6 for the 50%. 2nd quarter 4 of 8. And here in the 3rd, 75% ratio. 9 of 12. And it's now 24-14 Jets. Aaron Glenn will stay right there. So they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. 37 seconds to go in the third quarter. Esiason with a pull-up to the sideline intended for Mitchell, who was covered by Brown.
That play was doomed from the beginning. They wanted to change an audible, and I don't think he had the right personnel on the field for that play. And Boomer Esiason, it was almost like you throw that one away because that ball was so high, and the coverage by J.B. Brown was super. Boomer Esiason didn't take any chance. He threw it the only place that Moore could catch it, but that was too high.
It is a second down and 10 from the 20-yard line. And this time it is complete for the first down. Rob Moore picks up 14, and that is his 8th catch of the afternoon.
This is just too easy. Watch this. He's on J.B. Brown. It's just too easy. Comes off, 9-yard play, runs him off, makes the turn. The ball is there. It really is. It's easy.
So the Jets first down at the 34. This third quarter coming to a close.
We've seen another 70 and 85 doing it again today.
Johnny Johnson is turned back. He has not been able to get going. Brian Cox made the stop. Yes, Boomer Esiason wearing number 7. Just underway in the fourth quarter. And the Jets 24, the Dolphins 14. That time Esiason faced the rush. And Art Monk took a shot from the free safety, Gene Atkins.
Well, the rush was on, and Boomer had to throw the ball up in the air, just a lob pass. And watch it, it just gets out. His arm is hit, and Monk makes the catch. Atkins makes the hit. Well, they're holding on to everything. Watch this ball. Monk hits the ball, now drops down between his legs. He holds onto the ball. They pick up 3 yards on the play. That time the Dolphins blitzed. They've got to get in Boomer Esiason's face. Neither one of these quarterbacks have been sacked today.
3rd and 8 at the 36. Esiason couldn't find anyone and running for the first down. Aubrey Beavers caught him from behind, and Esiason and Beavers had some words.
Well, when Boomer Esiason is on the ground, Aubrey Beavers grabbed the ball and spun it out. Now, Boomer's down. You don't need all that aggravation. But I'll tell you one thing. Old Boomer will not back down from anybody. Didn't care.
Matching up with a 6'3", 230-pound Aubrey Beavers, second-round draft pick out of Oklahoma. And a first down for the Jets from their 45-yard line. 3 minutes in, fourth quarter. Baxter with a first down pickup. Nice hole on the left side, and a flag is thrown. Beavers and Hollier making the tackle on Baxter.
You know, this is the one thing that the Miami Dolphins can't afford to do. Marino's gotten back into the ball game with the offense and now doing stupid things. First of all, the play was wide open. There was a hole there that almost anyone could run through.
Personal foul, number 35 on the defense. Swung at the man and missed him, 15 yards, first down.
He swung at the man and missed him. There's a great one. The old swing and miss. You get penalized if you miss. At least you should be able to hit him. All right, here it comes. There's a swing and a miss. It almost fell down. I'll tell you, if he'd have hit him, you'd have knocked him into next week.
But you know, Paul, once a guy takes a swing, he should be thrown out of the game.
That's right. I agree with you 100%.
It doesn't matter if you connect or you do not connect. They changed that rule in the NBA. It used to be if a guy took a swing and missed, be a technical foul, but he would remain in the game. But what's the difference? It's just a circumstance whether you connect or do not connect. The guy threw a punch, should have been ejected.
Exactly. I agree.
First down at the 29-yard line. Play action. And Esiason with the time. Flag thrown and is intercepted. Troy Vincent picking it off, and the Dolphins will get it back. Troy Vincent with his 3rd interception of the season, and you know has to enjoy it. Troy growing up in this area. He's out of Trenton, New Jersey. Flag was thrown.
Number 62, penalties declined. First down.
Troy Vincent told us yesterday, he says, Boomer Esiason does not like to throw to the left or to his right because he has to turn his whole body. Hold on just a second. Here we go. Watch Boomer now. Here he is looking to his left. He's left-handed. Let it go. Now watch, when he turns, he has to turn his entire body, and then it takes a long time. Troy Vincent said, I'll get the jump on the ball, and I'll get an interception. And he did.
12:20 remaining in the fourth. Welcome back to the New Jersey Meadowlands. Marv Albert, Paul McGuire, John Dockery. 12:20 to go in the fourth. Dolphins get the ball back on the intercept by Vincent. Saxon stopped by Mo Lewis.
All right, Marv, look at here. You see Troy Vincent's head. Boomer Esiason is here. Here's Rob Moore. He is not looking here. He's looking at Boomer the whole time. He said it takes him too long to get the ball back here. Look at his head. Moore makes all those moves, and then he's following Boomer's head, picks it off.
Second down and 5. Marino from the shotgun. Goes short range, and a first down for Parmalee with some additional yardage. Lott and Jones on the stop. That's good for 13, and the Dolphins are on the move. The Jets at one point led 24-6. Jets at the half had a 10-0 lead, but the Dolphins making their way back into it in the third quarter. First down for Marino. And he is now on fire, completing again to Parmalee. Short of the first down. Lewis and Hasty combine on the tackle.
Yeah, there's Parmalee's mother. But you take a look at Marino's doing. Boom, Parmalee, 10 yards. Boom, Parmalee, 9 yards. Then he's setting something up somewhere else. You know he's going to that end zone.
Second and 1 at the Jet 36. The short flip to Parmalee and has a first down. Sidearmed it to Parmalee. Houston and Jones on the tackle, and Parmalee with his fourth catch of the day.
Marv, I can't believe where the Jets are sitting in this part of the field. Look at where the safeties are. The safeties are 15 to 17 yards off. They're giving this whole section of the field up. All Marino's doing is just dumping to Parmalee. He picks up the first down. I like when he catches the ball, Parmalee, and makes that move straight upfield. He's not trying to get out to the outside, making things happen. Just get the first down.
Looked like the right guard, Bert Widener, shake it up. Marino now 20 for 30, 231 yards. We'll be right back. And Marino heating it up in the second half after a slow start. 7 for 14 really doesn't tell the story. Intercepted a couple of times, but has come on to hit on 13 of 16, 147 yards to bring the Dolphins back. Has a first down at the Jet 28. The Jet lead is down to 10, and Marino throws for the end zone. Touchdown! Once again, it is Mark Ingram. That is his third touchdown of the day as he beat James Hasty on a straight post pattern.
And a perfect throw again. I mean, we're looking at Boomer Esiason and Dan Marino throwing perfect strikes, but this time Hasty has no chance. He knows it. He's shaking his head. I'm there. I can't get to the ball. The ball is perfectly thrown. Marino runs a little play action pass, steps up and sees Ingram, and bam, touchdown.
A host of terrific memories at Giant Stadium for Mark Ingram. He spent 6 years with the Giants. This is second with Miami, but this one may move to the head of the class. 3 touchdowns for Ingram. This for 28 yards, 6 catches, 89 yards for Ingram. And Stoyanovich converts to bring the Dolphins within 3 points.
All right, Mark Ingram is on Hasty on the outside. Now watch what happens here. Look at Hasty. He's trailing a little bit, but now he sees Ingram. Look, he sees the ball in the air. He just can't get there. The ball is perfectly thrown. Now Washington is a safety. He never gets over to help. Hasty, I mean, he's shaking his head. He said, there's nothing I can, look at this. I was there. I mean, that ball was perfectly thrown. I had no chance. Dan Marino, yeah. Would you say that one game he threw 6 touchdowns? He's got 10 minutes left. He may get 6 here.
That was in the 51-45 loss. But how about Mark Ingram, who a couple of weeks ago, as we I mentioned earlier, was upset that he was not seeing the ball. Also, with Miami interested in signing Deion Sanders earlier this season, it was thought that Ingram would be waived to use his $1.4 million slot, and it turned out that Sanders signed with San Francisco and Ingram remained on the roster.
Boy, you know, the pass, and here's Ingram's reaction. The pass was so perfectly thrown. I mean, we're just seeing two quarterbacks work very well today, and mistakes by the quarterbacks have hurt him. Mistake by Boomer, the first mistake he really made in the ball game, cost him the interception. Marino, a couple of interceptions, and then one fumble by Parmalee.
Well, we're down to 10 minutes and 13 seconds, and they are playing for the lead in the AFC East. If the Dolphins can come from behind and win, they will maintain top spot. The Jets win, and they share the lead. Pryor and Glenn are back, and it's handled by Glenn. Accelerating, and then ripped down across the 30-yard line. A 16-yard return. De'Aaron Fox was there to make the stop.
Now remember, James Thornton didn't get in the end zone, the fourth down play. The score right now should be 27-21. Here's the fourth down play. Thornton doesn't get in the end zone. Scores 24-21. The field goal ties it.
That's a critical play, but you never know, had he gotten into the end zone, how these two teams would have played it from then with a different score. Right? Circumstances
still would be thrown.
Right. Circumstances would have changed.
I thought that was a real good point on my part. All of a sudden you destroyed it.
First down at the 31. Esiason took a hit and the pass was deflected. Marco Coleman rushing the passer.
I think the pass was intended for Mitchell, but Rob Moore got his hand on it. The rush is on Boomer Esiason. Webster goes down. Coleman's coming from the backside. It's a good hit, clean hit. But the ball, Rob Moore's coming across it, and I know Boomer Esiason was throwing the ball downfield to Mitchell, and Rob Moore just tipped the ball as he went by. Coleman says he plays well when he faces Jeff Criswell. He said, I'd like to play him because he's one of the best tackles and he elevates my game.
Second down and 10. Flag comes flying.
Missile.
As Moore makes another catch. Hit by Cox. 9 receptions. 129 yards for Rob Moore.
Legal motion by the Jets, and Moore is still down.
Jet trainer Bob Reese out to check out Rob Moore.
Illegal motion. Offense. 2 men moving at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
And off the penalty, a second down and 15 for the Jets from their 26. The screen for Johnson. And he is short of the first down. Good second effort. Diving across the 35, tripped up by Stewart. It's a 3rd and 5 at the 36-yard line. Esiason completes for the first down to the tight end, Johnny Mitchell. Beavers and Atkins on the stop. And the Jets have a first down with 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. First down out of the 45.
Marv, Boomer Esiason makes this play work. Beavers can't stay with Mitchell, and that ball is thrown perfectly. I guess I've said it about 15 times in this ball game, but these two quarterbacks are putting the ball. It may be cold, 29 degrees, but they're putting the ball exactly where they want to put it.
Fourth catch of the day by Mitchell, who had a career-high 11 last week against the Vikings. First down for the Jet, 45-yard line. Mix-up and a fumble covered up by Richie Anderson of the Jets.
Tim Bowens, Barb, I'm going to tell you something. He almost took the handoff. He is in the backfield on this play. Watch Tim Bowens, number 95. This is the second time he's been back there. That is just a perfect play. He almost had the handoff, and then he couldn't get up off the ground. Now, Anderson comes up and makes the save, but what a terrific play by Bowens. That's the second time we've seen him in that backfield.
He is quick, 6'4", about 315 pounds. And it sets it back to a 2nd and 17 at the 38-yard line. Jets by 3, 24-21 with 7.5 remaining in the fourth. Esiason has it stripped. Esiason had it knocked out of his hands, but it's recovered by the center, Jim Sweeney, and again, it's Bowens who put the pressure on.
He really did. I mean, this guy, he is fired up. Cleggbile was doing it for a while. Now it's Bowens' turn. The second time he strips this ball out of Boomer Esiason's hand. Look at this. He goes by. He's being blocked by Sweeney and then rips the ball out. It's got to be frustrating for him because both times he can't get back to the ball. Here comes Bowens again, 95. Left arm reaches in, snatches the ball away from Boomer. Now the Jets are 3rd and 25 or so. But 2 great plays by the defensive lineman. Look at this guy, 6'4", 317 plus.
It is a 3rd and 25 back at the Jet 30. And Esiason goes down and lost possession once again. He came up empty. And it looked like the right tackle, James Brown, had a dive on it. But that will go down as a sack, the first of the day for the Dolphins. And Brian Cox will get credit.
Brian Cox and another young man, Jeff Cross, has added something. Watch Cox coming all the way around the backside. He comes in from behind on Boomer Esiason. That is a fumble. That is not a throw. Brian Cox, we haven't really called his name all day long, but that play was terrific.
And the Jets with their first punt of the game. Brian Hansen back at a 6-yard line. O.J. McDuffy is the deep man back at the 40. And he line drives it, a short punt fielded by McDuffy. Good coverage, and he fumbles. The Jets have recovered. James Thornton on the recovery.
You know, you do some things that you don't need to do. There are 2 Jets down there. O.J. McDuffy, now he doesn't want to talk to anybody. O.J. McDuffy does not need to pick up this ball. Take a look at it. He's there. There are 2 guys, but those aren't the people that hit him. But they force him to make a move. The ball is stripped out. There's no reason for O.J. McDuffy to field this ball. Should have left it alone.
The tackle made by Glenn Cadrez, and that unleashed the football. Thornton on the recovery. And the Jets get it back at the Miami 38-yard line. There's Brad Baxter. And that's the first clean handoff. First clean handoff for the Jets in about a half hour, I'd have to say.
You know who's back there again? Give me a guess. Bones. He was back. He almost took the handoff again.
1 yard pickup.
I mean, look at these turnovers. 4 turnovers for the Miami Dolphins, 1 by the Jets. Defensively, now they've picked it up a notch, they being the Miami Dolphins. But Bones is just coming alive. I mean, he's been just taking the guard all the way back into the quarterback.
2nd down and 9 at the Miami 37. We come up on 5 minutes to play in the fourth. Jets 24 and the Dolphins 21. Esiason gets it off, and it is intercepted. J.B. Brown picked it off. And J.B. Brown is hit down at the 16-yard line. So the Dolphins get it back.
This is a great football game. Well, they usually have a great football game. But here it comes. J.B. Brown saves O.J. McDuffie's life. Here's a throw downfield. J.B. Brown, perfect position to make the interception.
And for J.B., his 3rd interception of the season.
It's J.B. Brown on the interception, and we're going to show you after this what a great play. And we're going to show you Boomer Esiason's reaction. And it isn't good.
3rd of the year for J.B. Brown. He had 5 last season. That's the most by a Miami corner since back in 1983. Jeff Lageman is back on the field, suffered a mild concussion earlier. Dolphins start out from their 17, and Marino just throws it away. Well, coming into today, Miami at 7-4. They dropped their last 2. The Jets at 6-5. If the Jets can hang on and win, they will will tie the Dolphins for the lead in the AFC East. If Miami comes from behind for the victory, they will go to 8-4, and they'll move 2 full games in front of the Jets.
And the Buffalo Bills are in Buffalo right now praying that the Miami Dolphins win this football game.
Well, next week, Miami home for Buffalo on Sunday night, while the Jets play the Patriots in Foxborough. 2nd down and 10, and Marino with Keith Jackson on the hookup, close to the first down. Marvin Jones, the middle linebacker, making the stop. That's only the 2nd catch of the day. For Jackson, it is a first down.
Keith Jackson, he makes a mistake here. After he catches the ball, if he just falls forward, he may have the first down. He comes back and loses the first down. Oh, he did pick up the first down. It looked like for a second there he lost it.
First down at the 28-yard line. And the catch by Parmalee picked up 5. Lewis and Hasty combining to make the stop. We have 4 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. You see Dan Marino with the great skills going down the stretch, turning it around here in the 2nd half after the Miami offense was not able to get going, not able to establish a running game once again. Actually, the Jets did not run successfully. Oh, nice tackle by Hasty on Parmalee to cut him off inside the 35-yard line. But Paul, as we have been discussing, both quarterbacks have been on target most of the way.
Yeah, they really have been. And one of the reasons why Marino is hurrying up here, the clock is 3:28 and counting, all right? Marino's thinking, well, if I can't get the first down, we got to punt the ball back to the Jets. At least we're going to have some time on the clock where we can take some time out because the Jets are going to try to run the clock out.
Big play right here. 3rd and a fade over 3 from the 34. Is incomplete, intended for Fryer.
Boy, and I'll tell you, Ronnie Lott just labeled him. Just labeled him. Marino wants to go for it. He's telling him to get the kicking team off the field. He's going to go. But they're going to make a punt. The clock stops at 3:09, but Ronnie Lott just leveled. Marino, he wants to stay on the field. Look, I don't want the punt team. No punt. No. Shula rules.
Jim Arnold will punt for the 3rd time. He's inside his 20. Oh, bad kick again by Arnold. He has had another rough day. It was played by Hicks. And he's fortunate that it did deflect out of bounds.
Hicks, I don't know what he was thinking about. This is crazy. You got 2 guys on you, and he's laughing. Yeah, you got away with it. But I'll tell you, that is a dumb move. This almost cost him right here. Watch Hicks. He has no reason to be there.
And, Paul, this is a guy who usually makes good decisions, as we have seen earlier in the season, but he was able to scoop it out of bounds. So the Jets maintain possession and start out from the 34 with 3 minutes to go in this 4th quarter.
Miami has all of their timeouts, plus the 2-minute. That's 4.
Jets with a 3-point lead, 24-21. Baxter. Baxter making certain he holds onto the ball. The Dolphins try to punch it loose. Hollier and Cox making the stop. And a timeout was taken by the Dolphins with 2:51 remaining. 2nd and 6 from the 38 for the Jets. They lead by 3. 2:50 to go in the 4th quarter. Johnson found a hole, but only gets out to the 41-yard line, so he'll be 3 yards short of a first down. And Miami calls for time again, so they're down to 1 timeout left, plus the 2-minute warning.
I have time to think about this, but I wouldn't have called a timeout after the first down because there were 53 or 2 minutes and 50-some seconds. There's a 40-second play clock on. The Jets would have had to run another play. Yeah, they'd have been able to run about 35 seconds off the clock, but then take a timeout after that 2nd down play, and it still gives you 2 plus the 2-minute warning. They took 1, I think, a little bit too early.
And there's Don Shula, the NFL's all-time winningest coach. Despite receiving a 2-year contract extension that will take him through the 96 season, Paul, the reports continue to surface concerning the Dolphins' possible interest in one Jimmy Johnson, no stranger to the Miami area, but Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, who reached a settlement with Johnson and was called by several NFL teams inquiring about Jimmy Johnson, says the Dolphins have never asked about Jimmy Johnson. I get the idea that Don Shula will coach the Dolphins as long as he wants to, and if Jimmy Johnson weren't out there, this would not be an issue. No, but it has surfaced. Esiason had it deflected.
Aubrey Beavers deflected, number 53, the linebacker, coming in.
So it is a 4th down and 3 on the 41, and Brian Hansen and the punting unit will come on. So the Dolphins will get it back with 2:44 remaining in the 4th quarter. Second punt of the day for Hansen.
O.J. McDuffy. What a lonely world that is back there when you're by yourself.
His last return, he did put it on the ground. He gave it back to the Jets. Good punt by Hansen. And here comes McDuffy looking for the blockers. Can't find them. And hauled down at the 16. Excellent coverage by Glenn Cadrez. A 44-yard punt. And McDuffy was stopped in his tracks. 2:34 remaining in the 4th quarter, and Miami starting out from the 16-yard line.
This is the kind of game you love. I mean, when you got two competitors like Boomer Esiason and Dan Marino, they want the ball in their hands. This is the kind of games they just love to have. You're not going to shake them.
Ingram is split to the left. He's caught 3 touchdown passes. Marino goes to the middle of the field to Fryer and has a first down out at the 34-yard line. Ronnie Lott able to cover up. That's good for 18.
They're in that prevent. I don't care what anybody else calls it. They got an injured player, and that's Fryer is down on the play. They're in that prevent where they take the safeties off anywhere from 20 to 25 yards. And boy, do I hate this defense. Let me show you something. Here are your safeties. Now watch where this ball is snapped. Watch where they go. Look at their safeties go. Look at the room that they give Fryer. Hold on a second now, guys. When we're here, here's Fryer sitting in here. Look at the distance between these guys. And here are the corners sitting up here. You got to throw this pass. It's wide open. I don't know how Fryer got hurt. He doesn't get hit. He just slips out. His feet slip out. Lott's there. But Lott just goes over and touches him. I mean, doesn't hit him.
Irving Fryer making his 5th catch of the day, has 60 for the season. So they'll check out Irving Fryer, who is told to remain down. Checked over by Dan Marino and Mark Ingram. It'll be a first down at the 34 when we pick it up with 2:20 to go. Paul, I'd have to say the Dolphins about 35 yards, 35, 40 yards away from field goal territory.
That's why I hate this defense, Mark. I mean, you're only 3 points out of the ball game. You're allowing them to come down the field and get a field goal.
First down at the 34. Marino with the time hits Mike Williams. Williams battles his way to the 39-yard line. So Mike Williams with his first reception. He's a 4-year man out of Northeastern, a New York area product out of Mount Kisco. There's the 2-minute warning. Well, the Dolphins about 30 yards away from Pete Stoyanovich field goal range, and he has the good leg. He's back in 1989 here at the Meadowlands. He hit this 59-yard field goal in a 31-23 Dolphin win over the Jets. Remains a team record, and that's tied for 4th longest field goal in the history of the NFL. Second down and 4 from the 40-yard line, and Marino incomplete. Diving attack made by Keith Jackson.
You know who's downfield covering? Loggeman. Look at this middle of this field. It's wide open. I mean, you see Washington there, number 48. He's not even close. The ball is just thrown wide. Jackson can't hold on to it. This is all 4-down territory, Marv. You're inside 156 you have now. There's only 1 timeout left for the Dolphins. They're going.
3rd Marino 26 of 39, 299 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 19 of 25 in the second half. Out of the shotgun. Marino completes for the first down at midfield, hooking up with the tight end Keith Jackson. Paul Fraze made the tackle.
Somebody's got to be rushing the quarterback. We saw Longerman covering. We see Paul Fraze, the defensive tackle, covering. Somebody's got to be rushing the quarterback.
First down at midfield.
Here they come.
Minute and a half to go. Another completion. Another first down. It's Mike Williams taken down by James Hasty. It's good for 21 now. They're in the hurry-up.
Marino's not thinking tie, I'll tell you that. Marino's thinking win.
First down at the Jet 28-yard line. The Dolphins do have 1 timeout to go. Marino getting the protection again, and he is able to complete. Nice move by Ingram.
You see Ingram after he caught that ball trying to get out of bounds. He knew he had to shake a couple of players to do that. What a great game Mark Ingram's had. 3 touchdowns? He's catching everything Marino's throwing to him.
7 catches for 98 yards. Second down and 1 at the 18-yard line. And Marino completes inside the 10. Has a first down. Ingram again. Stopped by Glenn.
Marino's trying to get everybody on the line of scrimmage. Now, he still has 1 timeout. They'll save that for the field goal if they have to.
We are seeing another spectacular effort by Marino, who fires. Touchdown!
You know what the Jets were thinking? He's going to take the ball and throw it into the ground.
They stopped.
They all stopped. If you take a look at it, the offensive linemen, all they did was stand up. And Marino says to Ingram, I mean, that's the communication that they have. We saw fire on the 2-point conversion. Tell Marino from the back of his hand, hey, throw the ball to me. Now, here's Ingram for his 4th touchdown. This is a beautiful play. They catch the Jets napping. They're just standing there.
They froze. It appeared that Marino was going to try and stop the clock. Instead, he connected for the 4th time with Mark Ingram. And the Dolphins have a 27-24 lead with only 22 seconds remaining. Stoyanovich will attempt the extra point, but the flags are thrown on the lineup.
Marv, it's just hard to believe that you're going to stand there. I mean, everybody does it so many times. Let's stop the clock. Let's go up and throw the ball down and have a first down.
Defense, number 95. Half the distance to the goal line. Retry.
Boy, you think if they were complaining about the Jets on the radio before that, way about this one here, this is going to bring some sick people out. But, you know, Marv, it really is amazing that the defense is just standing there. And there had to be communication between Marino and Ingram, because Ingram didn't go, just walk down there. He went into the end zone, turned around real quick and stopped, and Marino laid it on there.
A remarkable turnaround sparked by Dan Marino, who has done it on a few occasions beforehand. 7 for 8 for Marino on this drive. 8 plays, 84 yards. Stoyanovich with the extra point. And the Dolphins have a 28-24 lead with 22 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter.
I'm going to show you something here, Marv, this really is amazing. Now, I want you to watch these guys here first. Then Ingram is going to see how far away he is. He's going to go to the end zone for the touchdown. But watch Marino. He gets him up in a hurry. But watch the defensive linemen. Watch what they do. Nothing. They're all standing around. There's only one guy rushing. Marino goes up and throws the ball. Ingram is there for the touchdown. He's just letting these guys know, he's putting his hand out. But that's the communication he has with Ingram. And the guys are standing around. Fraze is the only guy that rushes. And there's Glenn. He's really not paying much attention. He thinks he's going to drop the ball down. Fraze, again, was the only guy there. Marino knew it.
Yes, it appeared that the Jets thought he was just going to put the ball on the ground.
Stop the clock.
So 4 touchdowns from Mark Ingram. That ties a Miami franchise record. Back in 1973, Paul Warfield caught 4. So Mark Ingram enters the record book alongside the name Paul Warfield. 22 seconds remaining. If the Dolphins hold on, they remain on top of the AFC East by themselves with a record at 8-4 and 2 games in front of the Jets. The Jets are huddled up prior to this kickoff over at the far side at the 50-yard line. And the numbers on Dan Marino in the second half: 24 for 30, 275 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Remember, at one point, the Jets led 24-6.
Look at those numbers. I mean, there was a point in this ball game, folks, in the first half where the Miami Dolphins, you didn't think that they brought anybody on offense to do anything or on defense, because Boomer Esiason and the Jets offense did whatever they wanted to do. The defense shut down Marino and company. And then there's always 2 halves of a ball game for some reason or other. You know that?
And a terrific job by the Miami offensive line in the second half.
And the defensive line. They really came through. The defense stopped them when they had to. The interception by Troy Vincent, that started it.
The rookie from Mississippi, Tim Bowens, helping to turn it around. It's put on the ground and it's covered up at the 35-yard line by James Thornton. How many times have we seen Dan Marino pull this off, and Boomer Esiason has to be wondering what is going on, because it's been a very fine afternoon for Boomer.
Now, the Jets special teams just did a very smart thing. The clock doesn't start until the ball is touched. And as soon as the ball was touched, the Jets called timeout. They used one of their last 2, but they only 1 second went off of the clock, which is heads-up play. But the problem is, Marv, they have to score a touchdown. Had they kicked that field goal, all they had to do was get into field goal range. Well, how the game would have changed. I know.
Paul, I will not get into that discussion again.
Okay.
Jets have 1 timeout left. The stat line on Esiason: 24 of 37, 353 yards. One of the outstanding days in his career. 2 touchdowns, and he was intercepted twice. They start from the 36. Boomer looking sideline, looking for the catch and to stop the clock, and he does. Able to succeed on the completion to Stevie Anderson. That's good for 17. Vincent and Smith on the coverage. The clock stopped with 16 seconds to go, and the Jets now first down at the Miami 47.
The play took 5 seconds. So that means they keep doing that, they get 4 more plays off. But the thing that they do, the Miami Dolphins are doing right now, the same thing the Jets did. They'll give you the middle of the field. They want you to throw the ball there. And if you look at it from here, it's wide open.
Esiason looking to the other side, and incomplete again, intended for Anderson. Looking for Anderson, who was not a target earlier, because Anderson has tremendous speed.
Another 5 seconds. Johnny Mitchell was the guy. If you're going to throw the ball in the middle, then throw the ball to Johnny Mitchell, because he was wide open. That time Anderson was going in towards the middle of the field. If that's the case, then you know that Mitchell's open.
Down to 11 seconds. And the Jets with a second down play at the Dolphin 47. Esiason goes to the middle of the field for Mitchell, and he stopped at the 35. They pick up the first down. Timeout taken with 6 seconds remaining, so a pickup of 12. And now he'll have to go to the end zone.
Yeah. I understand the play.
Boomer Esiason now accounting for 382 yards. That is his high game. And this is his second year as a member of the Jets.
You know, I said if you're going to throw the ball over the middle, throw it to Mitchell, because he is wide open, but you don't throw the ball over the middle. Again, they're going to give him the middle. You got Atkins is sitting down on the goal line. He is the safety. He will wait there.
So it has come down to this. 6 seconds to go. Esiason looking end zone and fires it way out of the end zone, and that will wrap it. The Miami Dolphins with a dramatic come-from-behind victory. What a duel between those two, Dan Marino and Boomer Esiason. This will go down alongside a number of wild confrontations between the Jets and the Dolphins.